All right, welcome to the Haters Balls. Your boy Dumb It Down. It's episode 41, and I'm here with my oldest brother, the old Baldy,
Yep.
and my younger brother, B Dog.
Ba-ba-ba-ba.
B Dog for 3 weeks straight. You not changing it at all? Nothing's going on in your
I
life?
was just thinking of a Jokic inspired pod name. That's all I'm thinking of right now.
Oh, okay, all right.
It'll come sometime during this episode.
Okay, all right. I look forward to seeing it. So let's jump right into it, man. Tons of music came out between this week and last week we were on, and we're gonna start off with this week. That Killer Mike album came out, and everybody's talking about it. It's pretty amazing. So let's jump right into it. What y'all think of the album?
Man,
It's
I
good,
ain't hear
man.
that thing. You know that.
Okay. All right. D, what you thought about it?
I
It's
liked it
good.
a lot. I liked it a lot.
All right. So everybody, I mean, right off the bat, I see people saying album of the year. Right? Right off the bat, I see people saying this. So is that? Do you feel like that it's worth that, or is it a contender in the running? Is this your album of the year so far, or what?
Yeah, for sure. It's a contender. For sure. I mean, look, I ain't really sure yet, but we got to listen to it a few more times. But I think it's gonna be right up there.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I think there's already songs on here that usually I put songs in. I have like two different playlists. I have like the songs that are songs I'm listening to now, and then there's like my favorite songs of all time. You know, and I already put some of these songs in my like favorite songs playlist because the like the core like the chorus the all of the I feel like he got a lot of help on this album. This is what I want to talk about right off the bat at the start of this episode. Is it Do you feel like it is, let's say, is it less talented or something? Like, do you feel like you give him less credit for having the tons of help, or is it, or would you prefer an album that has a lot of help? This is the way I should phrase it. Would you prefer an album that has a lot of help for album of the year, or an album that is like me and my producer did it ourselves, just two people on the credits, and we did the whole thing? Which one gets more credit to you? Like, which one would win album of the year if they have
I don't. I
equal
don't. I don't give
sound?
more credit for that.
So there's no extra credit for either
Not for
one. Doesn't
me.
matter.
I
Okay.
mean, it's nice, but it's the same thing like the people that make all their own beats and rap over all their own beats.
Mhm.
That's great, but are the beats the best? I mean, because that's what's gonna make it. That's what's gonna determine if I say you had the best album. Do I like it the most? I
Right.
don't really care how it's made. I mean, it's hip hop, so I do want you to have that you actually wrote your rhymes.
Right. Right.
Um, you can't just be biting like somebody else's beats and things like that. But as far as this, if it's just a good album that you made all originally, I don't see why it would matter how it's made in that regard. People on the tracks, a lot of guests and things like that. That's cool with me. I like that.
I started digging in credits because every song I was blown away by everyone's performance, not just Mike's, but like like I said, the choir that's singing on it, the Aaron Allen Kane, who's singing on some of the hooks. I mean, CeeLo's performance on the first song, and it so many times. I mean, Jagged Edge on Slumber. I mean, and it's like so many times where I'm like, man, who's that? What's that? Like, what's that sound of this beat or this chorus of these people singing in the background? I'm like looking at the credits, like I want to find who these people are. And Down by Law starts off. I mean, I love this song. He comes out, the flow I love. Yeah, the beat is crazy. I mean, yeah, everything about this song is great. And then I think CeeLo's part at the end as well, is great. CeeLo really kills that.
Yep.
But
Yeah, I'm not familiar with this particular producer. Was it DJ Moon? On the producer, but I mean, like I said, I thought this album started off great. The way it starts, and we're gonna talk about it when we get to some of the other songs. But uh, Killer Mike, I think, has been underrated
mhm.
by many. But I think in this song in particular, he really is he really does some different topics and things on the songs and on this album that were very different than what other people are doing. So I really praise the creativity of this album.
Yeah, I mean, I think he touched a lot of different topics on this album in total. So as we go through it, but yeah, I agree, completely agree. Shed Tears is the next song, and this is probably one of my favorite ones. I mean, talk about again, the subject matter, the beat, the like I said, the choir behind it. I love that. The keys, the rest. Rest for your soul. Like it's like
this one is I mean, this whole album is very Atlanta to me. So it sounds like or very southern. Like so it is you got a lot of the mix of different things that's really southern. Certain types of energy. You got that church influence that he talked about that in the different interviews as well. Where you had these choirs and this certain type of sounds, maybe organs and stuff like that on certain tracks. So I thought that was really cool, and Mozzie was really cool on this song.
yeah.
I'm not really a fan, but I was impressed. I mean, like I said, I thought that was top-notch work across the board. No ID on the beat.
Mm-hmm. And
So,
the drums on this, like the like the I don't know, like it's like I love every part of the production on this on this song. This is probably there's other songs that I love for the subject matter and stuff like that, and how touching they are. But this is of all the songs, this is my favorite song, easily.
I don't know if it's my favorite, but I did like the song. And like I said, we starting off the album. This is my first time I heard it. I said, okay, we starting off like this. The second song is very impressive.
Right. So then, what you think of Run? I like it starts off with that
I love
Dave
Run.
Chappelle. You like it a lot?
I love Run. I love Thug on it. I thought the song was great. And this is another one that No ID made.
Yeah.
I thought this song was great.
This is one of my my least favorite songs on the album. Honestly, when I played it again,
man. You want to see him go to jail, man.
It's not even. It's not even Young Thug. I don't even like Mike's verses on it really. I just don't like the. I don't really like the beat. I don't really like. I mean, I don't dislike. It's not bad. It's just whatever to me. So that's this one. But I love Enrich. Enrich is great.
Yep.
And again, like I said, Aaron Allen Kane, I feel like kills this part, and again, the subject matter, just talk about being, black and having money. I want like the hook, Aaron Allen Kane is, run up the millions, then build a village, then make your own rules, forget what they told you, don't let them own you. Black and bright, black as night, black and brilliant. Like I mean, it's awesome. I just love, like I said, this is like a very empowering song.
Yeah. So different producers, interesting producing choices. That tells me that Mike probably listened to a ton of beats, before he chose the ones that he chose. Because I mean, I don't know, I haven't heard him really work with Cool and Dre like that before, and maybe I'm missing something, but it just indicates. It sounds to me like he really was looking for stuff that fit. I thought this fit really well. I thought this was a really good song.
Yeah, I think they got a couple on here. I think they have one more,
right?
At least. Yeah. So I thought that was a great, really empowering song. Anything else? We move on to talking that stuff. This is probably my least favorite.
This is great. Nah,
this song was
good. I was like when this song came on.
All right. So you like, all right. So he's talking a lot of he's gotten Killer Mike's got a lot of flack on like Twitter and stuff like that about people calling him out for I guess not being woke enough, basically, or especially with politics. I know he went on some people were mad about something he said when he went on like the Bill Maher episode or something, or something. I forgot exactly what it was, but people are mad about like whether who he supports, in the last election and stuff like that, or who he was gonna vote for, and he didn't say who he was gonna vote for, but he said something about a candidate that people didn't like, and so this is kind of him talking about all that stuff. But I mean, I don't know. That was what I took from it. So he starts off with people talking all that woke stuff, but I don't really like when rappers talk about money as a response to like a criticism. I just don't see how they relate.
Well, I mean, it relates in some ways. I mean, if all these people on Twitter are saying that you're, canceled or not worthy or something, but you're still showing success, then clearly you're not being affected by these criticisms. So I understand why you would go to that. It doesn't address the criticism directly. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't think Mike is unable or have any difficulty addressing any criticism if he wanted to. So maybe that's just me giving the benefit of the doubt as far as that goes. Like he seems very intelligent when he speaks. He speaks very clearly, says what he wants to say. At least from what I can tell, I don't think that he's like, worried about saying the wrong thing. He has multiple albums. He's politically outspoken.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure where he's hiding from these Twitter people or whatever. So
no, I'm not saying because he didn't like. It's not like he got off Twitter. Like he explained it all when it was going on. But I'm just saying. I personally like. I never really liked the you can't talk to me. I got more money than you type of defense. Is like I always find it lame.
I hear what you're saying in that regard.
So it just wasn't for me.
It's not my favorite flow on the album. You're right. I just kind of like the stuff the way you're saying it.
Yeah.
Certain things. But then we can look at Slumber, and Slumber was pretty amazing as far as the type of song it is, like what it's about.
Mm-hmm.
You don't really. I really don't see this approach taken on many songs in hip hop really at all.
No.
Yeah, I don't know if you could think of any, but
I mean, no. I like it's very personal. He's talking about his childhood, his life, and then
and the whole album is very personal.
Yeah, the whole album. I mean, it's named after him. It's personal. My thing is, it was very talking about these things, not in a judgmental way, but in like a very, like I just really feel like I got to know his life and him, and I always love that about an album. If I get to know the artist, it's just it's very new or interesting that we hear an artist that I've heard for 20 years now, and now I'm learning stuff about him. When it's a newer artist like Jid had that album last year, it's like, okay, I'm learning something about you because you're fairly new. But for Mike, it's interesting that this is the album he's making so far into the game. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, and that's why, like I said, that's why I respect him making sure that he put his best foot forward with it, where he took that time and has different things and kind of shows all the different aspects of himself with these different. All the beats aren't the same, but then they all do they go together like the album really fits right. Like I said, I couldn't think of a verse about abortion from the male side, really. So it was interesting to talk about just the whole relationship in general, how it goes for him or whatever.
Yeah.
Was not something that I've seen, at least not that I could think of. So pretty original. And of course, I'm gonna appreciate that originality.
Yeah. Well, I mean, as far as the abortion part of it, I know like J. Cole has that, song, Lost One song, on his first album. And I also, Mike's got he's kind of biting J. Cole with the album cover too. Right. So you noticed that with the halo and the horns?
I did notice that. I was going to say, dang, all right. I like the way you did it though. I might have to do that for my album cover.
I mean, it's dope, but yeah. But yeah, I think to me that wasn't the focus of it. I didn't really even when you thought of the subject matter of the album. That's not even where I just was focused on this one, this girl's life. Just an old girlfriend. Talking about a past relationship in that way. And then even having the choir, sing, in this situation is interesting, because usually, the choir comes on like a uplifting song, not on a song about, this type of subject. So I that whole thing was very different and new to me.
Yeah. And then you get you got Jagged Edge on there, which is with and they do a good job.
Yeah.
And Cool and Dre on the beat again. That was a well done song.
I thought this one is DJ Paul. Wait, no, I'm thinking no, that was the last one. Okay, yeah, no,
Talking
this is Cool
DJ Paul.
Yeah. This is Cool and Dre. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. No.
So, that's a good one.
Yeah. And then everyone, already, he dropped the Scientists and Engineers song, before the album came out, and everyone was already talking about this, Andre verse. So I wanted to know what y'all think of this Andre verse. Bryce, did you hear it?
Hell no. Honestly, I've never listened to Killer Mike before in my life, so
Bro,
this will be the first album that I ever listened to. Once I listen to it,
you heard
Run
the
Jewels.
Jewels.
RTJ2, man. RTJ2 at least.
You haven't heard Run the Jewels for real? Okay,
I don't like groups. I don't like groups.
That's an insane thing to say. Yeah. That doesn't make any sense. I don't like groups. That's so stupid.
I do not like group rap.
What are you? There's so we've rated lots of groups and stuff like that.
I know.
You don't like Outkast?
No group is. I mean, it's just
you love the Little Brother albums
to listen to.
You like Outkast albums, so
I like it. I like it. I grew up with it. It's ingrained into me. But nowadays, I'm never looking.
You like the Beastie Boys songs?
The who?
You like the bunch of
the Beastie Boys? I guess, nigga. I like 80. That's if I'm gonna listen to 80s rap. Yeah, that's the only people I listen to. But I'm never going out of. I don't like groups, bro.
It doesn't make sense.
I don't understand. You don't like groups. Like you don't like no groups. So when people come out with new songs, if they're in a group, you don't like it. But if they solo, you like it.
I just think it's the dynamic of listening to two people rap on a whole album is just not always that good because I don't usually like multiple members of the group. I usually only like one of them. So then I'm like, I don't want to hear this other nigga's verse on that song.
Okay, but if you never listen to it, you don't know if you like both of them or just one of them.
Well, for sure. But
and there's nothing
that's
better
my general stance. So I haven't.
To me,
there is nothing better than that.
Go back and forth. That's the best. So
that's true, but I feel like that's really hard to pull off. So I don't give a lot of people the credit for being able to do it. I mean, if someone told me like, "Oh, it's so great," then I'll listen to it. But I usually don't generally like.
Easily one of the best hip hop groups of all time. We'll cover that another time, but.
I guess because I don't know anything about that white guy too. I don't. LP is he? He's a rapper.
He's a rapper and a producer. He's great at both.
Been around for a while.
Yeah. So
I watched Killer Mike show and I remember him talking about him, but yeah, I don't know.
All right. Well, the next. So B, what you thought of the Andre verse?
I thought the Andre verse was good. I thought it was great. I like Mike verse a lot on this one though.
Yeah, Mike had the better verse.
I thought Mike had the better verse. But I do like how Andre did that one thing. I think there's one part where his flow kind of changed in like in a cool way. It's cool. People just be happy when he pop up. And so, people get hyped up.
I feel like that's what he does all the time. He does the different flows on to me on so many of the features he does now, at least recently, he's like always doing some kind of crazy flow.
So that's why it's fun. And then I like Future on this one too. I like the Dungeon Family link up. It was like Andre produced the song. I think I heard him talking about it. How like Andre already had a bunch of songs, and he gave this one to Mike. I think I might be misremembering the conversation, but I thought that Mike was saying when he hit him that Andre had. So he kind of took this and changed it and things like that. But Andre had songs kind of already in the tuck.
Yeah. I mean, I know. On when he was talking to Joe Budden, he was saying how when he would ask Dre for a verse, for years and never got one, and then when he stopped asking Dre for a verse, Dre just offered. He said, "I'm gonna send you this verse. I'm sending you this song." and it it sounds like Dre produced the first part. Dre's on, and it's kind of like or the beat is, I guess, a little less. It's a little less produced. I don't know the word for that. And then there's more production comes in, more instruments come in after he's done. And Mike's verse has a lot more to it. And I would assume that No ID and there's like 3 other producer credits on here that
Right.
they just
That
added
they
to
took
it.
that song, that kind of raw framework that Dre had and kind of made that to a song, which I
Right.
like it, man. And like I said, I like how they add, how you got, Andre, Future, and Killer Mike. So you got like different parts of the Dungeon family on there. You know what I mean? So that's
Mhm.
cool.
No, it is super dope. Yeah, it's like the beginning, middle, and end of the or not end, but not of the present, of the Dudgeon family. So 3
Yeah.
generations of it, but I on the Joe Budden thing he was saying, or no, it wasn't the Joe Budden thing. I think it was something else where I saw a video of Mike saying that Andre was saying that he didn't want the verse to come out or whatever. You had second thoughts about it, and he was like, I don't know how I feel about that song. And then when Killer Mike sent him the complete version with all the other people on it, with Aaron Allen on it, with all the then Andre was like, oh yeah, no, that's great, so it's super dope. Everyone did a great job on that one. And then 2 days was next.
I like this one.
Yeah, this is a good one. I think Ty Dolla $ign is dope on both of the songs he's on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any
Okay,
other thoughts?
this wasn't one of my standout ones.
Yeah. It was.
But Spaceship Views was.
I love Currency's part. I mean, in the beginning, I mean, he kind of raps, like I said before the beat drops again, and then yeah, to me,
You ain't like Chains on it?
it was okay. It was cool. It was not the best to me. It wasn't the best Chains verse. Usually he steals the show, but
Yeah.
to me, he didn't on this one.
Yeah. But I thought the song was good. I like the song. I like the mix on it. Some southern shit made me happy.
Yeah.
And then
I'm excited to listen to this
9.
shit.
Exit 9 was another. It was cool. It was another good one.
Yeah,
It was
cool.
definitely a good album cut. Good album cut. Not not a skip by any means, but something for junkies. Another interesting personal story about his aunt.
Yep.
And then again, like my thing is that he has all these stories, and none of them feel judgmental. They just really feel like just sharing his life, and I really like that. That's what I love most about hip hop is you get the view into other people's life, other people's perspectives, and yeah, that's the dopest thing.
Yeah, this was good.
Yeah, and then Motherless, is probably the best song on this album for just it's a amazing song, very emotional. And he talked about how No ID asked him, what are you most afraid of?
Yeah.
And then he and he's like, all right, that's what we're gonna write about. And so kind of forced or pushed him to make this song.
That was a cool story too, because that really kind of tells you what a producer can do for you.
Mm-hmm.
You think of it, we always think of it as like, oh, they make the beat. He made the beat, and that's true, but whatever Mike said in his whatever original verses was on there, dude was like, yo, bring something else, and really kind of got him to elevate it or go a different place with it, which is necessary, I think, because a lot of especially in hip hop, it can be repetitive topics. I'm the greatest, I got money, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I can see how that's easy to fall into.
Yeah.
And the producer though really kind of leads you to a different place with it, kind of, at least in this case, and that came out really well.
And that's why I was asking, just like the role, because we don't know what the role of the producer. We see the producer's name on tracks all the time, but we never know without someone telling us the behind the scenes story. We never know the impact someone has, like, or who has impact in that studio, and that's so cool that he shared that story, obviously. But
Like he was
definitely,
different with different people, and different artists and different times, like different types of subjects. So, it's easy to get into maybe I don't know. I'm trying to think of a certain artist, but I'm sure some artists already know what they want to talk about. Might have a serious topic that they want to kind of address, and then they go in the studio and they can execute that vision. Where others, I would bet, probably need more of production.
mm-hmm.
And so somebody like Westside probably just takes the beats and does his weird stuff on it, and then has songs made. But somebody else might need you to say, hey man, give me something different here, change this line, do that there, change your flow at this part. I'm gonna do this, you do that, something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I know, and that's what I'm saying. So it's almost like kind of like when we talk about like NBA coaches. We don't know how much, what do they do? How much, it's the same to me as like, producer. How much did they do? Did they really make that beat? Did they have somebody else making the beat? What do they do? So, but,
now, there's a line there, because I do assume that when you put your name on production, that you made the beat, if you're the solo producer, because otherwise you should have 2 or 3 people credited for producing.
Well, that's what a lot of these songs have, multiple people credited.
Right.
Some of them, not all of them. Some of them have multiple people, and.
But you're talking about songs that, like, when you look at the album credits, I know you mentioned different people. We know people that's like legends, and they'll have just their name on the beat, and they didn't make the beat.
Yeah, right.
That's
you can have a ghost producer.
That's a thing. Like,
it is a thing.
What I'm saying.
Why is that bad? If I rearrange the beat and like, all right, let me drop the snares down here, put up the hi-hats, this and that, and I reconstruct the
bass.
You
still got to put that man name on it.
Isn't that just engineering? That's mixing. If you just
something,
you just mixed it. If you just
that's not. Mixing is.
There should be a 2 producer at least credit in there.
I don't know, man.
What do you mean you don't know? You think it's okay if I take your beat and then change it, but it's still pretty similar to your beat, and I got the idea from you, that I shouldn't give you credit?
Well, I mean, the people are letting their beats go for a reason. It's not like I feel like if they stole their exact beat, they'd be like, "Look, I made this," and try to nowadays get clout off of that and stuff like that.
They'll get credited.
You sound like you working for the record company, man. You sound like you work for the record company. You didn't really make that beat. We're gonna cut you off these royalties here, buddy. Because
that's what I'm saying. I don't think that's what's happening.
Beat, not you. Like, wait, what? I don't care who. No, I need a piece of that.
Well, I don't think that's what I'm saying. I don't think that's what's happening. I think that they're giving their beats, and then because like, what about when the Taskmasters or certain groups of producers, they don't put the one actual producer, they put the whole group of producer, the producer team.
Yeah, but those producers are signed when they sign a contract. They sign a contract as a group, and their names are on that. And they're getting paid appropriately. I mean, they're getting credited. I don't. As long as you credit the person, that's different. See what I'm saying? So if you take somebody, change it a little bit, they should be credited.
Yeah, they should be credited. My thing is, usually they're credited like in the credits. Usually their names in the credits most of the time. It's just a lot of the time. I'm saying as fans, we give credit to one person. Like we'll give credit to the one person, even though someone else or a lot of or other people are making some of their beats. We give credit to the person whose name's on the front, like we said at the beginning. We're gonna give most credit goes to the person whose name's on the front. So that's just.
I don't know. The way I see it is, in the industry, it seems to all work out as far as you see the same guy who's a pianist on this was on this, and that. Is because the guy's name got around. Everyone knows this is the guy we need to go to if we want this sound, and I think that's just the way it works. Personally, I don't know.
Countless artists have been robbed in the music industry, man.
Right?
To be like, oh, it always works out.
Of course,
you get robbed left to right.
If you get your names on the credits, then you're credited, and you're gonna get your credit. Like in the industry, people know, but not
But
everybody's
even
name
ghostwriters get their
goes on the
credit,
credit.
even if their
No,
name
they
isn't in the
don't. No,
song.
they
No, the
don't.
definition of
No.
ghostwriter means your name is not on there. That's what it
That's
means
not
to be.
true. Exactly. But in the industry, the whoever's writing Beyonce's song, say it wasn't the super
That's
famous
not a
Beyonce
tune
will
that she
credit her
ghostwriter.
uses
writers.
now.
That's
She's
not
a
a
ghostwriter.
ghostwriter.
Yeah,
Yeah,
now, but I'm just saying, like, say back then she didn't like whoever those people get their credit, like, oh, I wrote this song for Beyonce, I did this and that.
then they
Like
got their name. They
Yeah,
got
Party
you're not
credit.
Next
supposed
That's
to
not a
talk about it.
ghostwriter. That's not a
Yeah, you're not a
ghostwriter.
ghostwriter if you walk around talking about the songs you made.
A ghostwriter.
we
Okay.
just had one of our earlier episodes, we talked about ghostwriters coming out and trying to grab their own credit. So just because you're a ghostwriter does not mean that you're not saying it. Some ghostwriters do
No.
say it. Before Party Next Door got bigger, he was writing songs for artists that were way bigger than him, and no one knew his name. But once he
Hmm.
started making his own name, they're like, "Oh, that's the guy who wrote for such, 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 and such," and
He
that
had
helped him
credits
with
though.
his
He
name.
had credits.
He
He
had
had
credits, man.
writers credits. It's not. We're
But
getting
nobody
off
knew
track. But
him.
Yeah, we getting off topic, bro.
yes, those people
That's not a
had credits.
ghostwriter,
All right.
man.
That's not what a ghostwriter is. Ghostwriter's name will not appear in the credits. That's the point. That's why it's ghost writer. Their name's not going to be in the credits. If they're credited, then they're not a ghostwriter. All right. But let's move on. Last couple of songs. Don't Let the Devil. This is a great Run the Jewel song.
Yep.
Again, I mean, LP is always great. I love it. And then High and Holy was another great song to me.
Yeah.
With the choir and everything.
Yeah, what you giving it?
I guess I mean, there were a couple of songs that I didn't love, being Talking That Stuff and Run are really the only two that I don't love. So I got to give this a 9.5.
Yeah, yeah. I think this is up there. 9. Okay, you say 9.5. Okay. I do want to see how it grows on me.
Mm-hmm.
And if I continue to like it to this extent, but right now it's up there. I think it is the best album I heard this year.
I don't know if it's still beating that. I mean, next week we gotta reevaluate because I'm gonna listen to all my favorite albums again and really go back to it. But this is definitely up there, definitely in the top 5. Amazing album, and more than that, I think the songs, like the best songs on here, are the best songs of the year. I could say that for sure. Some of the I can't think of any other songs this year that are as this personal or this big,
I mean, I thought Skis had some on his, but I do think this is
like Symmetry
better. I don't know what to say about in what way, because I do think I just like this more.
Right.
I don't know if it's because I appreciate the Southern aspect or what, but I like this more and we'll be able to nitpick it when we do our list for middle of the year, who's leading the pack for the album of the year and things like that. So we'll talk about that.
For sure.
Yeah, a lot more to get to.
All right, yeah. So we gotta go through the rest of them quicker. Let's move on to the Hit Boy. Father's Day is Father's Day today. We're recording Father's Day weekend. Hit Boy dropped an album with his father. What you think, Pete?
I think this is really cool. I think this is a really great idea. I think his father is very competent. They are both competent at rapping.
Okay, I see. I was gonna say less than competent, but
I think they're competent. I don't think they're great or good. I did like the production on a few of the songs.
On a few of the songs, yes,
on a few of the songs, is to be expected. But I was talking to people and they were saying how this is so much better than Surfer Drown 1. And it's about the same as Surfer Drown 1. To me, there's a couple songs that I like. And y'all can keep the rest of this. And again, not to be, I don't want to be sounding like I'm negative toward it, okay? Because I think making an album with your father got released from prison. You make an album basically like a month ago, he got released.
Yeah.
You work on make an album with him. That's cool. That's
beautiful.
Really cool.
It's beautiful. Yeah.
That's amazing. But does that mean I want to listen to that? No, I don't want to listen to this particular album that much. I can talk about my highs, my highlights on it. and my low lights on it, if you like.
Yeah.
Go
Hit me with the
ahead, tell me what
highlights.
you think.
I mean, well, I was gonna say, well, I mean, overall, I think the story of you making the album with your father is better than the album itself. Personally, I think it's super cool. I really wish the best for both of them. I mean, this is a super cool story. Like I said, I I don't love the album myself. I don't think that either of them are the best rappers. I think Hit Boy is a good rapper for a producer, and for that first album, it was enough. When he dropped the first album this year, it was like, okay, it's this cool novelty as a producer to rap. But
More
to do the
guests on that
second,
first one.
more guests on that first one, exactly.
Yeah.
This one, he has, it's mostly him and his dad, and then there's some guests on there too.
Some
being
guests.
Dom
It's not that
Kennedy
many.
and Big
But I did
Sean.
like YKSF or whatever it is, or YKWSF. I like the beat on that one a lot. I didn't like the rapping that much.
Yeah.
Sunrise, I thought was good. And Monte
Yeah.
Carlo, I thought was good. But
Yeah.
then it got to Reckless and Ratchet.
That to me, that was the best beat on there. I hated the
I like the
rap.
beat, but I think his father said something like, I wanna do something to wreck your rectum or something like that.
I wanted to talk. Listen, how awkward, and they were both rapping like very explicit stuff. How awkward is that to be talking with your father about these explicit? I was very.
I don't know if that is for everybody, man.
Very weirded out. I didn't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. First,
I thought it was a little extra, so I was cool. I was cool on that one. But and then, like I said, same thing. Show Me, Police. I wasn't feeling. So
I thought it was a good idea. I like the idea. Bad execution of it. Like I said, I appreciate what they did. It's not that enjoyable to me. It's very mid at best. It's mid at best.
And like I said, I heard people talking about how this is amazing, and I don't know if they were caught up in the storyline of it. But it deserves Hit Boy. To me, it's a really cool thing. I think this is if you said is this a positive or a negative, I'd say it's a big time positive that still don't want to hear it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And my thing is, I always feel like narratives, especially in media with hip hop and culture, to me it always feels like there's more narrative driven than like actual talking about the music, because then people are already like right now caught up in the moment. Hit Boy, top 10 producer of all time, all this other stuff. I don't understand it, because the first one wasn't that great, and then this one is I just don't. I have no hate for the guy. I think he's done great work, just not that great of work. So it's
yeah, I don't understand where they're coming from with that either. Like, especially people that's like, I don't get it. I don't get it. Maybe I don't know. I mean, look, this is the haters ball, man. So maybe that's just me, the hater in me, popping out when I heard this Hit Boy album. But
it's a fire
not trying to
concept
turn
to
this
me.
back on.
Shout out to him.
It is
dope. Shout out to him, man. Your pops came out of jail. You made an album with him. That's dope. I don't think I can do with my dad, man.
Oh, for sure. I don't know if you're doing it. Yeah, I'll do it. Fuck it. Yeah, I'll
My dad
definitely
can
do
get on
it.
a song, but I got at least fire beats. I'm gonna ask Ghostface to get on.
No, it's dope to have your dad on the
If
song.
I'm a professional,
my dad can get on a song after Ghostface. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, that's true.
Let's get some fire rappers on it. You know what I mean?
That's tight.
But I mean, if Hit Boy himself was gonna rap, then it's not like,
Oh, if I make the beat and I want to rap, that's my business.
But you're not gonna have some super
calling
dope
them
rappers
like,
out rapping you.
I got something to play some heat.
Why not?
Because
my dad probably can't rap very well. At least I never heard him try. So
no, I'm talking to dumb it down. He said he don't want to rap with the super fire rappers. That's who I want to do on the song with.
No, he even on the first one, he didn't have no super dope rappers on there. He had what was like the first song. Yeah, he has one song with Nas, who's been producer for one. There's one, right? That's it. Okay, that's not like.
I gotta look at the list again. They had some good rappers on there. Didn't he have a song with Big
All right.
Sean and a couple other people? There's some good rappers.
This
on
one, Big Sean, Big Sean is a
Currency.
super dope rapper. Are
Yeah.
we talking about Big Sean as a super dope
Okay,
rapper?
did I say super dope?
I
Okay,
think so.
mean he's
Well,
he's
that's what I
definitely
said.
skilled. He's
I,
skilled.
I mean,
Currency
he's
and
skilled.
Nas on the first one. That's about it. Dom Kennedy again. But
I mean, yeah, Currency is the best rapper on here, man. I mean, I love, Currency is great, but Currency will have a relaxed rap. He's not like trying to bar up the track, on you. So
I just don't think
you're not scared of getting embarrassed by asking Currency to be on your
But
rap.
I'm not. But I'm the producer. I'm not scared of getting embarrassed. Why would I get
getting
embarrassed?
embarrassed. Yeah, what do you mean?
Bruh,
This
if you-
fire verse that you love is on my
Duh.
song. What you mean?
Duh, it don't matter if you come on the track
I would be
and
on
you
it.
ruin the song, okay? Because everyone else is rapping super dope, and then you
I
come
can't
on and
ruin it.
ruin the song. That's
Can't
bad.
ruin it.
I can't ruin
That's
it.
like when the 12th
Skip
man
the
come
part you
in
don't
on the
like.
bench. Yeah. That's when the bench
Skip the
players come
part.
in. We up by 40.
No,
You can't ruin it.
okay.
We up.
Birdman has come on and ruined plenty of songs. All right.
Birdman
He
on the
also
company.
did not make
It's
the
his
beat.
company.
Exactly.
He gonna come on there and be like,
exactly.
He didn't make the beat though.
the song ain't ruined. It's not ruined.
It is.
Okay, now also, see you hate because how many Birdman hits he got?
He's
When
got some hits. No, you're right.
whoa, Kimo Sabe, come on. Birdman can't ruin that. He can't be ruined. The beat is too fire. Can't be ruined.
All right. Okay,
Exactly.
right.
That's true.
So you could get
I'm
some.
getting on
Look,
my
I'm a
own
producer.
songs, dog.
I'm making an album. I'm gonna call all my rapper friends. So I'm gonna call up anybody I know that's dope. Be like, yo, I'm making an album. Can you give me a verse on this album? You know,
nah, man. The best producers
Diddy when it
you
comes
know
to it, dog.
not get on, or they have somebody else write their rap. Like Drake will get on the record, but he's gonna have somebody else write his raps. Puff
don't
might
matter.
get on the record.
Alchemist
He's got
raps
somebody
and
else
his raps
write his
ain't great.
raps. Huh?
And Pete Rock rapped, and his raps ain't great. But when it's his album, he can rap. And so if you want to have Pun come on the song and murder him on the song, guess what? Pun came on the song and destroyed him, and he was like, "Thank you, Pun."
No, that's not a good look. Then everybody
How is
knows
it a bad
that's a
look?
good look.
You the
though.
producer.
Everyone says to you, just don't rap, dude. Everyone says
No,
that. Or
so you self-conscious.
No.
I'm gonna be like, yo, I made the record.
Yeah, this is my
Pun is
song.
my guy.
P-Rock
He
Rock
came to
says
rap
that,
on
and
my record.
there's people
I
who
could
don't
put
want
a
to
short
work with
verse
him.
on there.
There's people who don't want to work with him because they don't want to listen to him rap. They don't want him
You
rapping on the
tripping,
track.
That's not true. That's not true, man.
It is
That's not
true.
Yeah.
Come on,
I'm
it's
Diddy in the
facts, man.
videos. I'm in the videos. I'm on the song. I'm everything.
There's
It's
people who
mine.
don't want to work with Diddy because he want to be all up in that video.
That's cap too, man. Who don't want to work with Diddy, man?
Come on, man.
Diddy promising
All
you vodka endorsement spots and stuff. Like you get in the bag.
all
and
of
Well,
work
that's why
with
plenty
Diddy.
of
Like
people
how can
do
you be
work with
mad
Diddy.
about that? You might get a reality show. You might have to run and get some breast milk or whatever. Some Cambodian breast milk.
I'm getting on the song, dog. If it's my song, I'm on there.
So what we rating it?
I don't want to hate on this album, man. I'm gonna give it a 5.
It's Father's Day, dog. Come on, dog.
Yeah,
It's
I mean, I'm not-
Father's Day bump. All right,
Yeah,
we'll give it the
man.
Father's Day 5. All right.
Father's Day 5, man.
Let's move on. Static Selector.
My album of the year.
That's your album of the year?
This is my album of the year so far.
Okay. All right. So you really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I loved it. It started off
Okay.
so amazing too.
It did start off high. I feel like it had it falls off later on the inside of it.
It definitely does, because 20 songs is just too much for me.
Too much.
Nowadays.
Too much. I always
can't do
the
20.
shorter the album, the better the album. This is why it to me is not a candidate for album of the year.
I don't know if I agree with that, man, as far as the length aspect, but I hear you in this case for sure. You say album of the year. I thought it started off with some midness. I hate to hate on legends, but
no. The first song is a tribute to Dave. Okay, you can't hate on that. All right, you can't hate on that. You can't. You're gonna sit here and not hate on Hit Boy and his dad because it's Father's Day, and then you're gonna hate on tribute to Pug 2? For real? That's crazy.
What do you mean? It's not. It says for Dave. I mean, look. Okay, so look. I didn't think this was a great song. So I'm cool with the tribute, but I don't want to hear this.
Okay. All right, that's fine. That's fair.
I expected better. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you. I was underwhelmed when I heard this song.
All right. Hey,
We giving our true opinions, right?
yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, then
No.
that's what I'm saying.
Okay. I hear you.
You know, I don't want to.
I was touched by the tribute. It's great.
Okay, cool, man.
I can't hate on that. Man.
Now the next song, the second song was great.
Second song is great. Second song is awesome.
Ransom and Ransom is a nice combo.
Yeah,
I like Static. Thank you, Static, putting that together. That was a good one.
Mm-hmm.
And this is what I usually expect from a Static Selektah album. A lot of bars, a lot of dope rappers together, combinations that we haven't heard before. Most of the time, he's got Black Thought on it, and he's got Bun B, and he's got, all these super dope lyricists on the tracks.
Yeah, I thought this album was lacking in those caliber of MCs.
Exactly. Ransom is the best.
You got
this
a couple
is lacking
in those caliber MCs for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
Okay.
But
in my opinion,
but this is the height of the bars on the album, I think, with Ransom and AZ.
Yeah, I mean, Ransom is to me lyricist of the year. To me, this is next to, other than that Method Man verse was super dope too. I mean that
talk about what I thought was a great verse. And it's this song number 3, Different League, where Terminology put Benny the Butcher in a body bag and left him inside the street. My goodness. I was your boy Benny did not come off on this one, man.
Benny been falling off to me for a while now, but
he's not falling off, but he has been getting ate up on some tracks. The thing is, I'm not getting on a song called Different League, especially I wonder if they named it before or after, because if you named this, I'm not getting on a song Different League, and then somebody else act like they in a different league than me. That's wild. I would be calling. I'm changing my verse right now. No way, this is coming out.
And I think people be underestimating Term too, man. Like, Term is nice. He has a nice career. He got some nice songs. He rapped with a lot of legends. So he knew what he was doing when he got on this one. He was like, I'm about to destroy this track. He's on a few of these songs. He's always really good on these Static Selektah albums with whoever Static puts him on the songs with. And so I really like this verse. I really like the beat. I like the part that he used from what was that song with Black Thought? Action. Black Thought. That's the part that he cuts though from from that song with Black Thought's verse. So I thought it was really cool. I like the song. That was on what, extended play?
Yeah, I want to find the song. I'm gonna find it while we keep going though.
That's one with Royce at the end. No, it's Black Thought at the end. Black Thought destroys it. Royce
is that Imperial? Is that what it's called?
It's Imperial. Yes.
Yeah.
It's Imperial.
Yeah, that's a good. And then what about Can't Stop?
I like Can't Stop a lot. Stove God, man, Nina Sky. That's a funny combo. You know what I mean?
What you think, Bryce? You said this album your year, but you're not talking much. What your songs that you like on here?
Love all of these songs, man. What was I trying to say? I was listening to this in a car on the way to work. So the thing I like about Static is he has always these different rappers, so you always get a kind of a different sound from each song. It's just I don't ever look at the songs or who's coming on the next song, so I'm just listening to it. I'll be like, oh, that's tight. He put this person on, and I'll just never expect it. So that's my favorite thing, especially in song number 6 is my favorite. So
I make sure to not look at the track list in advance I try not to with the Static.
Yeah, no, I don't. Yeah. I don't either. I just let it play, and then sometimes I gotta be like, who had that dope verse, or like
exactly. Then I'll run it back. Yeah,
but we gotta talk about track 6. You said it's your favorite, but we can't skip the Wu-Tang track. So we gotta talk.
It's been out for a minute, but that's a good one. Got basically my favorite Wu-Tang members. I don't know about that, but you got some of the best ones on there.
To me, these are definitely the best ones.
Ray, INS, and Method Man. I love the Jizza though. That's why I say I can't say I love the Jizza.
The Jizza don't be rapping though. I mean, So of the active rappers, these are the 4 active ones that are the best.
Okay. Yeah. But
So,
yeah, I mean, this song's really good.
yeah.
And then that's not a new song, so I don't know how surprising that was. And when it came on, I was like, okay, I know this one. I heard this one.
This is
I
my
was
first time
anticipating
hearing
to be
it,
on.
so I was pretty surprised. It was a great song. Like I said, these first 6, without a doubt, I love 100%, especially
Yep,
number
Agree.
6.
I would agree.
Agree. So what you were saying something about Bun B gets on the track.
Yeah, so number 6, Conway, ain't too much to it with Conway and Bun B and Ab Soul. All right, so Conway starts it off, and he's cold. He's going good. He's going good. Then all of a sudden, Bun B's iconic voice comes on, and he has the best verse on the song to me. He killed it.
Easy.
So
Yeah, I love Static and Bun together. I mean, both the Trill Statics are great. I talked about that last year. That Trill Static 2 is one of my favorite albums of the year. But man, yeah,
and he's been on
I
Static albums since what? For a while, I feel like
yeah.
he always has at least a verse. I feel like on all these different Static albums. So, or a lot of them, they have great chemistry.
Yeah.
Favorite thing about Bun. Bun stay relevant. He rap with all the young people who want to rap with him. And he seemed like he's easy to reach out to. If you really want him on your song, he'll do it for you. And he always give a good verse.
Yeah, he seems like
he's working his way
really
up my
great
favorite
dude.
rappers list for sure.
Oh yeah. I mean, to me, Bun should be at the top of the Southern rappers list. Like not the tip top, but he should be, top 5, or at least top 10 in the Southern rappers list, and then he should be definitely higher up than he gets credit for on a general rappers list too.
And still going strong. That's what's so crazy.
Yeah.
Just cold. But
So
how do y'all feel about Ab Soul ending the song though? I kind of didn't like it that much.
Yeah.
Disappointment, man.
Yeah. I wish
After
they would have just
following
cut
up
that
the
part
Bun
off.
B, you should have just cut. Yeah, cut.
He ain't been bodying stuff lately when I hear him.
No, not at all.
He should have did what Term
like
did to Benny.
I didn't like that part, but I couldn't get past this song for like 30 minutes. I just kept playing it back all the way up into the Buns part. Yeah, I love this song. Beat is great. Production is great on the whole album, I feel like.
Yeah, for sure. Production's great. I don't
only thing towards the end,
bad beats.
I don't think it's bad. You're right, but I mean, look, man, I can't put this up against. So the standard to me of these Static albums is higher than this.
Oh yeah, I agree.
We'll talk about it when we get to our overall thoughts.
Well, So Bryce, what other highlights are there? Because I mean, for you,
of course, I like that Joey song after that because I'm not a Joey fan, so he was spitting on there, and I was thoroughly surprised because I don't usually listen to Joey.
Oh, Joey,
Static and Joey been together since day one. I feel like in Joey's career.
I know. I just never been a Joey fan.
Oh, see, that's
okay, but
I don't know how.
I would like to hear Joey be up here with Static, and I feel like I got a Joey, around here
mid Joey,
right?
Yeah.
Same. I feel like Joey again is another one. People say that when you start acting like you care less about rapping or something, but I feel like I haven't been impressed by Joey the same way, since a while. I mean, to me, nothing is topped. Since that Before the Money album. I mean, nothing has been at that level to me. But what other standouts?
Of course, I like the Boldy song.
Yes, that was probably the last great song on Hit to Me. No, that's not the only one. I think
I like the Russ song.
I like the Russ song.
I like the Russ song
the
too.
Fahim song.
Yeah,
that one's pretty cool.
Yeah, I like
I didn't like that Nim song. The new Joe. No. First of all, I don't know. I get that Fat Joe said that, but I don't know where they got that from. I like the MOP part of it's different. I don't like Core Mega. I'm a Core Mega hater. Anybody could get mad at me about it. I'm sorry, dog.
I didn't like the MOPs. I thought it was the beat was too mellow, too.
That's why I thought MOP makes that good.
I thought that there should have been a hyper beat to match MOP.
Oh, they bring the energy. I feel like they could, pull that off.
Yeah.
I'm never listening to
guy Code of the Friend.
Never listen to Coda again. G-Eazy,
It was me
Coda,
that
and
was defending
Logic.
the Coda the Friend album, but there was
That's the
it's not a bad this was not a bad
No,
song.
this was better than any song on his album, I feel like.
Static kept the best ones for himself. Yeah.
I guess. Logic, G-Eazy, and Coda are automatic skips for me. Those are the people I hear come on the track, and I'm like, I'm not listening to this.
Come on. I didn't think the G-Eazy song was bad though.
I didn't think it was
I
bad.
was surprised.
It's not as good as
it
the one he
wasn't
had
bad.
with Static on Static's last album, I think it was.
That's the thing. I feel like I've heard people praising this album, and I feel like Static is long overdue for praise. He doesn't get the praise that people like Alchemist get, or these other producers
He's
that
not the Alchemist. Hold on.
He's not the Alchemist. But he is super consistent, making great music with lots of dope rappers. He's got some very great albums, with them. And I don't feel like this is his best work, but I feel like I've heard people talking about this one as if they just now found it. This is his 10th album like this. This is 10th.
Right.
I think Static can go to the next level if he just made his album so much more concise. Like, I don't need 20 songs, dude.
But all his albums not that long, man.
I know, but I don't know. It's just, I guess he got a lot of relationships, so he'd be putting a lot of people on his albums that I don't ever want to hear from. But
I think he just got a lot of beats. I mean, because he throw these albums out. He works. He got a ton of beats.
For sure.
To me, that's what I mean by when I say like Alchemist. To me, he works that much. I don't know if he has his top end production is the same quality, but to me, it's not so far off. He works a ton. I mean, so
yeah, I mean, Static. I don't understand how he's not more highly regarded. I mean, what's his first solo album? Was it Spell My Name Right? Because Spell My Name Right was great.
I didn't catch on to him till Population Control. That's when
Population Control is amazing.
Yeah, Population Control.
Population Control. Extended Play. Lucky 7 has a bunch of songs on there I love. 8 was really good. Yeah. I mean, he had some great EPs, like the one with Freddie Gibbs was amazing. He had the 1982 albums with Turn. I just don't understand why it's not the Static King album was really good. Probably to me, my favorite Crooked Eye work.
Yeah, definitely to me, my favorite Crooked. Well, I like Crooked Eye Joel's work on Hard as well, and I think Crooked Eye has been really good recently. But yeah, other than that, like his full Crooked Eye album, that's definitely Static King is the best one.
So I'm surprised that this one would be praised to that extent, but good. I mean, good for him. He deserved praise, but this ain't, to me, this is like a mid Static album. I mean, I don't even know, man. Yeah, like
I give it
has a bunch of songs on it I like.
I mean, so what would you rate it? I give it a 7 to me.
I mean, I'm gonna give it a 6 or a 7. I named a bunch of songs I liked. I thought a bunch of them on there was like could have kept. And I don't know if it's because he's building relationships with these artists and he, wants their songs on the album. I don't know if a Logic song is gonna get you a bunch of spins.
That Logic song is one of the worst songs.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't
Logic should be embarrassed.
Well, his fans, are they gonna go run and stream that? Is that gonna help you get your streams up? Because I want that to get his streams up, but like, is that why you got that on there? Because to me, you can't think that. I know Static not sitting around thinking like, oh, this is the one right here, like.
Right. So that's my thing. Usually with a Static album, outside of the Wu-Tang song on here, usually with a Static album, there are multiple songs that I'm like, oh, this is immediate, like in my playlist, like boom. Whether it's like, like we were saying, whether it's Imperial or like Under 21 or like, like there's so many.
Songs,
like,
basically like every song with Sean Price.
Oh yeah, always. Yeah.
Most of the songs he got with Royce Come Around,
yeah.
different ones like that. Like, come on, man.
So that's why I feel like this is a disappointment. It doesn't have any songs that are that high, or enough of them that are that high level. So I feel like a lot of the album is just, good, just good, and not as much of it is great. The Ransom song and the Ransom and the Wu-Tang song are my two favorite songs on the. So.
I really like what Term did to Benny, man. I thought Term verse was super nice. I was like, okay, Term, because Term he'll drop those. Because I mean, he's had better verses than many legends on different songs. But it's Term, so I guess he's not loved. I don't know if it's because they're from Boston or whatever, but they don't get nearly the love that they deserve. If Static gets not close to what he's supposed to get, the Term gets like nothing. But he has a bunch of songs with legends.
Yeah.
And every time he's good on the songs. He's not getting washed by nobody.
It's always interesting. I mean, who gets the credit and stuff like that. It's like I said, even with this Mike album we talked about, I feel like he's getting praise, or we never really before Run the Jewels, he never got praise. So I feel like it's when he got Run the Jewels, they blew up. Which because LP never got no praise, and then Mike never got no praise, and then they got together, and then boom, they got praise. So it's always interesting, like
Mike's
what blows
albums
up.
are that great before he gets with LP.
Yeah, that's true.
Rap music has the classic song like Reagan on it and stuff like that, and then the Run the Jewels kind of just takes off.
Right. But it's interesting when people get get their shine. So I hope we kind of already talked. Yeah, I hope for sure, definitely. We kind of already talked about producers, but which of these three, or which of all the producer albums, right, that happened this year, who did the best production? Who's you say? And we can talk about this more next week when we talk about our albums of the year. But so far, who did the best job producing an album of these three, at least?
Wait, hold on. It was Hit Boy, Static, and who was the third one?
I mean, I have No ID for the Killer Mike album.
Oh yeah, you said No ID. I didn't listen to No ID or Hit Boy, but shout out to Hit Boy. I mean, if all three, yeah, I'm running a Static first every time out of those three.
Okay.
Me personally.
I mean, yeah, I would listen to the Static first because I would trust in Static's ear for.
No, but I'm saying about of the album, not like just names.
Of these albums,
yeah.
I mean, it's not even a good comparison because like Hit Boy albums have, I think the production is really good on a few of those songs, a lot of those songs, but the rapping is not where I want to hear that. And I think the rapping is better on the Static album, but a couple of the beats I didn't think were like Static's best beats.
Mm-hmm.
So, or on par with the other beats. I think there's a big difference in quality level on the album. And so you kind of like, what would you rather hear? Great beats, bad rapping, or better rapping, not the greatest beats? Because I don't even think these are like
See,
I don't think these are great rapping either.
I think of all the production,
the
the Hit Boy albums got my least favorite production of any of them. I think the Static albums got better production than that. I mean, that's just me personally.
Stylistic choice. You don't like the style.
All right. Well, then let's move on, because to me the best production came on this Boldy album. This Boldy album to me is amazingly produced.
I never heard of this person.
I never heard of this guy, but every one of these songs to me was amazingly produced. I mean, just like this music in the background, it's not just like a steady loop. There'll be like different sounds and stuff coming in and out, and amazing samples. Amazing samples. I love every bit of the production on this albums, and then Boldy just flows so nice on it. Honestly, half the time I wasn't even paying attention to what he's saying. It's just the beats. To me, it's like on some like New Jobbies level beats or something like that. Like, I can just listen to these instrumentals. Like this is great production.
Man, I did not catch that level of admiration for the production when I first listened to it. So maybe I'm missing something. What you thought, Bryson?
I don't know. Maybe because Boldy, something about the Boldy verses weren't like amazing to me. So maybe I wasn't paying attention to the production that much. I mean, it didn't sound bad. Don't get me. It's not a bad album, but it just felt like he was giving us some throwaway songs until he came out with his real album for the year to
I don't
me.
know about say throwaways, but
Not throwaways.
yeah, not his.
Yeah.
I was not. Normally I
Not
love
A
the
game
Boldy
Baldy
verses.
to
I
me.
really like the Trust Issues.
Trust issues is my favorite one. Yeah, trust
Was
issues
my favorite
is my
one
favorite one.
on here for sure.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So I would like to hear more from this duo, and hopefully Boldy got some more maybe where I don't know. I was not blown away like you. I'm a Boldy fan, obviously. I mean, I love
Yeah.
Griselda. I love basically all Boldy work.
Mm-hmm.
His stuff with Alchemist is amazing.
Yep.
Yeah, maybe I'm tripping.
Classic. So I love a lot of his stuff, but I didn't love this one
I,
like you did.
I maybe I'm tripping. I don't know because I'm not the biggest Boldy fan. I'm not I'm not running to the Boldy albums all the time. I like them, but this to me, just the production, like I said, is very good to me. Any album this year, this ain't a lot. This is dope albums, with dope producers that came out so far this year. That Sky Zoo album is produced amazingly, and like there's so many. But every song to me on here had a great beat, a great production. Um, without, like I said, so to me, I am giving more credit to like the fact that it's just the beat is not like it's just the beat, not singers and other stuff on top of it. So when I say it's like the best produced, it's like it's not these are my favorite songs of the year, but just the beats. Like if I'm just listening to instrumental, this is the best to me. So
I mean, I thought it was good, man.
Yeah. It's cool. I mean, I'm gonna have to listen to it again. You hyping this production up, so
Yeah,
I'm
you
gonna have
are.
to listen with my production
I
ears and see what's going on.
I don't want to overhype it. But like I said, yeah, just listen to the beats. Like I said, I have something about even listening to what Boldy's saying. The beats, I'm like, maybe it's when I listened to it or something, but I felt like I was like, yeah, like I said,
Yeah. I don't know,
levitating or
man.
something. I don't know. It was great stuff. So let's move on from that album. Oh, last album then, Janelle. Which I thought was Janelle Monáe.
What this is? So is it a rap album or R and
No,
B?
it's an R&B album.
Yeah, you R&B man. Tell me about
Oh,
your
you
Janelle
R&B
does
listen to
stuff.
it?
everything though. I ain't listen
Yeah,
to it.
she rapped like a couple of times. I wish she rapped more, but she ain't
Janelle
like.
do everything.
All right, well,
Let's
maybe
see.
we'll talk about
I'm
that
a,
when you listen to that, bro.
yeah, for sure. So I can get my albums ready for next week.
All right,
Hold on.
then let's
Let's
jump right into
see.
the sports then.
Oh, y'all listen to the
Uh,
Janelle?
I listened to it.
uh,
Bryson said he didn't listen to it.
you listen to it, B?
Yeah. I'm a big Janelle fan. I'm a big fan of Janelle
Oh
Monáe
wow.
because she was
Okay.
she used to be on that like she's still on some weirdo stuff, but she used to be on some
Yeah.
nerdy weirdo stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and that changed into some sexy weirdo stuff.
Right.
But
Yeah.
hey, I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it.
See,
Shout out to Janelle.
to me is interesting conversation. I don't like as much of the explicit sexy stuff as I liked her old stuff. To me, I would say I could say confidently I feel like this is her worst album. Not that it's bad album,
Wow.
but
I was about to say that I feel the same way, but
yeah,
it's not. So for me, the subject matter is not really the issue. I none of the songs
no,
caught me like they have in the past. Whereas I mean, even from what was the first thing, the Arch Android or the
yeah.
Metropolis, um, before Arch Android. So
Mm-hmm.
I was like day one when I heard it, I was like, oh, this is the chick that Big Boy is putting on or whatever. I was
Mm-hmm.
instantly liked all the weird stuff she was doing. and she had the weird look, but she always wore the suits and stuff. That was
Mm-hmm.
like a thing. So to me, she still really stood out as different than other R&B singers, because normally R&B singers are showing their body or doing
Mm-hmm.
certain things. And even like the love songs that she was making, they were just different in some kind of way that stood
Mm-hmm.
out to me. And I don't know, it just worked for me. Whereas this album, even though the last one had a lot of stuff about how she likes to get with chicks and women body
Mm-hmm.
parts, I
Mm-hmm.
thought this one lacked a lot of the kind of the fun aspects that was in the last one.
Right.
So
Right.
I
And
didn't think
so
this one is good.
she talked about it in an interview as well. I mean, she's been on the interview rounds and stuff as well, and I watched a couple of them. And she talked about how like she made it for her friends at a party. Like she was like, if it can't play at this party, then it's not going to go on the album, basically. So she talked about how it was made for the vibe of her friend's party. You know, and so I think that's part of what is less weird because of that type of thing. But that's what I love about, like you said, about Janelle is the more different stuff. Like I like the different stuff, and so you know I just think this is all good music. I don't again none of it is bad by any means. It's just
Yeah.
not special in my opinion. And that's what I feel like of any other artist, Janelle Monáe's albums are special. Like there's no, I can't, there's not another Janelle Monáe. I can't like, you know what I mean? Some of these, artists are kind of like a dime a dozen at times, like, oh, you can kind of switch them in and out, or they kind of all ride the same wave, but that's never been for Janelle. So that's what I would say. It's
I
different
mean,
levels.
yeah, I agree. I think she's riding a different wave still. But it's just not the same. To me, I don't get the same return that I got from her other albums. So I like some songs on here. I don't want to sit up there and say that I think this is bad music, because I don't. But I'm not the R&B listener. I don't know, how different this stuff is, how much this stuff stands out, and if this stuff has that special flair that made it stand out to me above what other R&B. Because I always wanted to listen to her albums, and I wasn't even checking for any other like singers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I will say that the album flows through.
Mhm.
It's a easy listen to straight through. And I think that she kind of made it, to play it like the party, like to just play through. And so, in that sense, it is well made in that way. But and that's to me, that's also the negative. Nothing jumped out at me. Nothing was like boom, in your face. I mean, the first song, "Float," is probably the one that stands out the most, and then
Yeah, I
the
like
rest
that
of
one.
it just flows, really well together.
Yeah, but for the comp, like, what was the one on the last album where it had the same type of vibe and she was rapping the whole time? Um,
The rap song on there is so
I thought,
I forgot the name of it. But I know the rap. Like I know
yeah.
the.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, to me, the float is along those lines, and it's just weaker. Um, I did like I like I like the songs. I like Heart. I thought that was cool for, like, the minute and a half it's there. And Lipstick Lover, I think, is a good song.
Yeah.
But as far as, am I gonna replay that like over and over? Nah, nah, not compared to most of the songs on Electric Lady.
Mm-hmm.
Or I Like That on Dirty Computer, which is the one I was talking about before.
Oh, I
Um,
thought you said the one she was rapping is Django Jane, but I like that as. Oh, okay. I like that as.
I mean, and then again,
Yeah,
like, I go
it's my
back to, if
favorite.
you go back to the Arch Android or her earlier albums, like, I just don't even think that this is close.
Yeah.
So, you know,
Yeah.
we saw her live. She put on a great show after her last album, when she was on tour for that one. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
a big fan, man. I just didn't like this one that much. It just wasn't. Yeah, it just lacked that cool extra weird stuff that she really be on. Or I thought that she was gonna be on
Yeah.
for this one. But maybe I need to getting the party vibe and listen to it. You know, that's not really my normal
That's the
thing.
thing.
So
I'm not
that's
a
probably
party
why.
vibe. That's the thing. All right.
It seems like
Well,
I might love it. If it's played at
you
a
might.
party, I might have to listen
You
to it.
might, man. You
You
might.
might. You might. Yeah. Let us know.
It
Let
ain't
us know
messing with
next week for sure.
Metropolis, Doug.
I've never
Um,
listened to
Never
Janelle
gonna touch my
Monáe
heart
though.
like Violent Stars Happy Hunting.
Yeah, I
let's
never listened to Janelle Monáe before.
never.
Never.
Oh my
I
goodness,
don't hear
dog.
anyone actually ever talk about her.
What? Janelle Monáe is to me of artists of this, past, I guess the past decade, one of the most, like, yeah, biggest. I mean, I'm most excited when I see her name pop up on a track, like, yeah. Uh,
That's
I
how I
would
feel about Frank.
I would take her over Frank. I'd take over Adele. I'd take her over. Name whoever you want to name.
Yeah,
Probably take
right.
a
I'm not
Janelle
an
over.
R&B listener. I would take her over any R&B artist. Since her debut, definitely since, I mean, that's what, so it's 07, 08, something like that.
Mm.
I mean, you tell me who came out since that time, I'd probably tell you I'm taking Janelle over them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm taking Frank all day.
All right.
That's cool.
So let's move on. That'd be a
I
fun.
mean, how you gonna take? You never listened to none of her albums. Man, shut up. Man.
Yeah, you never heard. Yeah, never heard none of the albums.
Uh,
Frank's best song is what Nostalgia. Wait, isn't that the song? Oh no, it's
his Novocaine.
Novocaine. Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Novocaine.
A
That's his
lot of
best song.
people would say that's still get played to
That's
this
the
day.
beat. It's the beat that makes it the song. That's
No.
It's definitely the beat that makes that.
That beat ain't even that crazy.
It's hypnotic. But
Just like the song itself.
yeah. Let's move on to sports. So finals over, everything's over. People talking about the Joker. A little bit, I guess. It doesn't seem like there's that much like fanfare about this finals because I guess no one cares about the Nuggets. But
I don't know. On all the sports shows the next day they were like, is he one of the greatest or does he what was the question that all the sports shows are asking? If he's one of the top 5 centers all time or something like that. Let me see. They were asking something
top
ridiculous.
five?
Oh, they were asking.
Yes.
No, they were asking. Is the Nuggets a dynasty? That's what they were asking.
They said, could they be? But they have to
Yeah.
have that BS topic every time, man. My thing with this
That
shit
lasted a
was,
day. That's what I'm saying. Usually it lasts, a week or something. Like for
but we
after
already
That's
knew
a
it was
good
over.
question.
We knew it was
right.
over days before.
All
Yeah.
right. Well,
And they
It
spaced
wasn't
the
as hype
games out
because
too
it
much.
wasn't a. Yeah, and it wasn't highly contested finals. Like they walked over them. Like no one gave
last year's
Miami a real
wasn't.
chance to win it.
Yeah, but last year's what was six? With 6 games, this one was 5, I guess. So, did last year's go
Yeah,
6?
it went 6.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it did. I think the
Yeah.
Celtics
So,
got 2 games.
all right. Yeah.
But
So, what you got? So then, what's that question? How you feel about that question? Is Joker a top 5 center of all time?
No.
I have you know me, I like longevity. So when things only happen in a short amount of time, I always discredit people. But if they can if stays a top 3, top 5 player for a couple more years, then you have to put him in a conversation. They almost if they would have gave him that 3rd MVP in a row this year, he automatically has to be in the conversation just because it's never been done.
I'm glad they
But
did.
I'm happy
I'm
they
glad
didn't
it worked
either.
out how it did because he got the chip. So
Yeah.
now, what's gonna happen next year? Are they gonna be able to come back in the playoffs and play just as well? We'll see. I'm anxious to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But my thing with the finals, and like I said, there's no fanfare because we knew it was over with. We knew it was over with after game like 3 or whatever. So
Yeah.
I think and then they had the big gaps. So they talked about it on the sports shows for those days while we were waiting. I was like, why is there such a big gap between these games? It should have been a game. So that's all. And I think people don't know, they don't have much more to say because they won. It was it was over. They made it look bad. They finished the game. It was over.
Yeah.
And the big intrigue now is with all the different movement and stuff. So people moved on to that quick.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. People move on that quicker than it usually moves on to. Like, I mean, a lot of times it'll be like stories about the parade and who's and this and that, and I don't know, but regardless.
I don't think
I think it's just
show at the parade. The parade was straight. They didn't do nothing crazy.
Yeah, that's
it's just because it's their first ring. I mean, if you think about it, for the last 10 years, we've had someone with huge legacies winning it. Besides Giannis, they won it. When Giannis won it, he had come off of 2 MVPs. He didn't win it his third year, then he won the ring. So he got a little bit of fanfare. That was the first year.
There was more
COVID,
fanfare. I remember coverage of like I said, of the parades.
But I still honestly think Giannis is a better player than Jokic, personally. Because he can do it on both sides of the floor.
So right there. So you don't even think Joker's the best of this era, let alone top 5 all time? Yeah, if you're not the best of your era, you're not top 5 all time.
I don't know. Giannis is a freak, dog. 7 foot, that athletic, just great on both sides of the ball. That's hard. I can't blame Jokic. Is great offensively as any big man besides maybe Shaq, because Shaq was the most dominant player ever. But Jokic can run an offense from the 5 position, which you don't ever see.
Yeah.
So he's amazing. I definitely got to give him his credit. I think he will finish in the top 5, but Giannis is. If Giannis don't win another one, then Jokic does, he can pass Giannis, I think. But 1-on-1 right now, I'm taking Giannis first.
Okay, so you're saying Giannis first.
I'd love to see it. I'd love to see that matchup in the finals or whatever.
Oh, that matchup would be great, actually. Yeah, I would love to see that.
Would be.
But yeah, we got to see what they do moving forward before they really go into the waxing poetic about how great the team is all time and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One-off teams never have a long life.
Yeah, remember the Raptors?
Yeah, nobody even cares about that.
Well, but that was kind of different because they keep their team together. People talked about there was a lot of fanfare I feel like there was a lot of coverage after that one. I remember
it was the
talking
Kawhi
about the Raptors for a while.
Because Kawhi was leaving them right after. They knew Kawhi was leaving right after too.
But
so that's what I feel like most of the talk was about.
Who they beat matters. The Heat team was interesting, but in overall, people didn't really care about the Heat.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So then like I said, the news cycle moved on pretty quickly. It moved on to Ja Morant. We gotta talk about that. Is his suspension too harsh? Is it not harsh enough? What y'all think? B, what you start with Baldy. What you think?
Yeah.
The Baldy thinks is weak, but at the same time, it's not weak. Like I don't know how to describe it, man. The dude, he got suspended for 25 games, but he didn't break no laws. So how much stronger could they make it? I think that was about what it was going to end up. I figured they'd give him about 20 games. If he broke the law or something, I feel like they could give him more. But the NBA PA not going to stand by and let you just suspend dudes for half a season for nothing.
NBA PA said that this spot was too much. So
yeah, well, they're supposed to because
that's what they're supposed to say.
The union's supposed to protect the players. Of course, they're supposed to say it's too much, but they're not going to sit up there and if they lose the fight, they're not going to take it on, to keep going up the levels,
right?
Based on this. But they might have if you tried to give them more games or half a season or something.
Yeah, my thing is, everybody knows once you get handed a suspension, it goes to the appeal. The NBA Players Association, whatever, is going to appeal it. You lose more games, so they should have put more games and just let them appeal it down to whatever it will be. At least it makes it look harsher. I don't want it to go so far because when they were putting it next to the other people like Gilbert Arenas and stuff like that, like, of course, he should never touch 50 games. That's ridiculous. But at least let them appeal it down. But Adam, the way they're spinning it is once you miss with this new rule in place, once you miss so many games, you don't qualify for all the extra stuff that comes after it. So eventually it'll be like him losing so much amount of money, but
he's losing a lot of money. Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, but is it really enough? Like, if I'm losing 15 million, but I'm still gonna be a billionaire at the end of the day, am I like
I mean,
these
15
basketball
million,
players
15 million,
is
no matter what, it's gonna hurt.
yeah.
I mean, here's the thing: it's hard because will he be? I mean, yes, we think that he will continue to play.
But that's never
Endorsements back
promised.
and all that stuff. He got to get his endorsements, back to
Yeah.
make all that money back. So we'll see.
That's
Maybe he
true.
will.
My thing is,
But I
it's
mean,
this story is so interesting to me because, dog. I mean, there are people who I remember it was like they were talking about it. They were like, "Oh, this is comparable to some other players who got 30 games for domestic violence," and I was like, "Oh my, like what? You got 30 games of domestic violence, and I get 25 for having a gun? That's not against the law. It's just as bad. Having a gun on the internet is just as bad as beating somebody, like beating a woman. That's crazy. That's a crazy thing to say.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it is. It is
Yeah.
crazy because like they're mad about PR, but he didn't do anything that's that bad. And again, like I said, I keep saying this, and I'm waiting for somebody to say it, but I mean, like for him to try it. But the NBA should try to bring in, or the John Morant should try to get some right wing fans or some of these Trump
that'd be
lovers or something.
tight.
Like
NRA.
they're trying to stop my Second Amendment rights, and he could be
Yeah.
the number one player for the people that the gun nuts
Gun
out there.
endorsements, that'd be so funny.
That'd be
Yeah,
hilarious. Yeah, that'd be
Going to
hilarious.
Texas arenas with like guns on a holster and stuff.
like so
Man,
That'd be
he get his
hilarious.
everybody
back.
want the John Morant Glock.
Yeah. The jaw Glock. That'd be
Yo, the
hard.
jaw Glock is crazy. You could get that's what I'm saying. To me, it could be a marketing opportunity. He said, "Look, I
way the
don't go
world
nowhere
is
without
right
my
now.
gun. I love America and I love my Second Amendment, and I don't go nowhere without my jaw Glock. When you see me on socials, jaw Glock. You know what I mean? Like, what the NBA gonna do?
That'd be crazy.
But the thing is, that's what's so funny about this. Because okay, I don't own a gun. I don't like guns. Okay, I think that guns should be illegal. I mean, that's just my personal political beliefs. Like, but it's funny because it's not like that is not what everyone thinks. It's not what plenty of Americans think, and so it's like the NBA has such, like the language about it. It's like this is just unacceptable behavior. You got to be a role model, and I'm like, there's politicians who got campaign commercials on TV
Don't they have
that are
about
like
3 or 4 teams in Florida? You can carry a gun anywhere you want in Florida now with no restrictions, no license. You just carry it, put in your pocket and walk out.
Kids ain't watching politicians though.
But okay, politician commercials come on normal TV. They come on TV. If they got
Kids don't
guns
care about that.
in
Man, what are you talking about, man? Everybody know who the president is.
Yeah.
And everybody know who was the president. Your boy Trump. Your boy. All right. So if he say something, the kids is following it.
Yeah, all the kids want to be like
I don't
Trump,
know.
right? Is that what you're saying? Yeah.
How young are kids we talking? Teenagers know what's up. All right.
It's funny.
The way you can't give them as much as somebody who does a real crime. So yes, they have to keep that buffer there because as soon as somebody else do something and you give them the same amount of sentence, it's gonna be ridiculous. Like there's gonna be a huge blowback on the NBA and stuff like that. So you can't do that. You have to have some type of room. But it just the way they made it lead up and seem like everyone was like, oh, it's 40 games, it's half the season, he's gone, this and that. And just to come out with that little amount of games was just like, oh man.
Yeah.
It just felt weird. It don't feel right, but it feels like you said, it's wrong, but it's not wrong at the same time.
Yeah. They dropped it on Friday afternoon. I mean, they really didn't want it to be a ongoing media story. So
yeah,
they don't really want it to be a thing that continues because it's true. If they tried to push much harder, they would really have a lot of. And he did any kind of legal action, they wouldn't be able to say nothing really. So I don't know what his contract says about not going to the strip club. I don't understand why his shirt was off in the strip club. That's a weirder thing to me. More so than the gun part. Like, why are you getting
this? Not the strip club one though. This is the in the car.
Okay, but that's why. But the whole reason why they suspended him is because they were mad that last time they let him off mad easy, and he did the same thing like a week later or a month later.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the reason why they suspended him. That's the thing that makes it so silly. It's like, okay, so now you super mad about this, but like this ain't really that bad. But we gotta act like it's super bad. It's like, come on, man. I want to see his shoes in some different colorways though, bro, because I like his shoes a lot, man. I'm hoping Nike, release some other colors. Get me a pair. You know what I mean? In the fall around Christmas time, might be nice.
You can't buy his shoes
Yeah,
if he's
fair,
canceled,
He'll
man.
be back on the court by then.
That's true.
Nike time it up with a new colorway of his shoes. Wow. Well, I might have to cop day one.
With the guns on the side. Shoes with the guns on the side.
Wait, with a jog lock? A matching jog lock?
With jog Glock. Dog, if Jock came out with a Glock, that'd be so fire, dog. The jog Glock.
What are they waiting on? The marketing people slacking.
Yeah, I don't know.
His agent should have already had it drawn up. Like, yo, this is it right here. Jog Glock got like a pearl handle or something. Yo.
Yeah. That'd be crazy. They should have put him in the John Wick movie, dog. That'd have been perfect timing.
Gotta make that happen. Dang. Somebody needs to just edit that into the movie. Edit John Moran into the movie. That's all.
That's funny, man.
That'd be hilarious. But let's talk about y'all boy now.
All right.
What you talking about? Who's my boy? Talking about Bradley Beal?
Y'all boy. No. We talk about y'all boy Zion, dog.
Man, that's not my guy, man.
No,
Nobody got me cool with giving women $100,000 a month.
Zion out here going crazy.
That's the problem?
Yeah, that's the problem.
That is the problem. No, that's the problem. He is the problem. When they say dude's messing the game up, he's one of those dudes. He messing the game up.
Yeah.
That's who they talking about.
The chick text message, yo, just name your price. Like, wait, what?
He did say
but not like price, a sucker. Like, why is he texting this chick by himself?
I thought we were going to talk about whether he's leaving the team or not. I didn't know he going there.
Well,
I ain't trying to talk about the man's personal life, but he just make bad decisions, which obviously translates to his on-court decisions.
This is why they don't want him on the team. I mean, look, they got rid of Teaspoon.
So you feel like that's a wrap?
I feel like that's sending some kind of message. It clearly, to me, is related in some way.
So the other thing I heard, because Willie hasn't had his staff in really. He's been working basically with the staff that was already there when he came in. So maybe they just cut her to make room for him to get his staff in.
Hey, man.
Okay.
One of Zion's mistresses said is all of this Pelicans news is leaking just to get rid of all of the reports of the past stuff that happened, Exactly. He said this is all fake. They're not really trying to trade Zion. They were just leaking this so they could erase all the other things when you Google his name. So, hey, I'm riding with her. I think this is fake. We ain't trading Zion, man.
No, I agree with you because it did come out and they were like, Zion trade scenarios. Then all of a sudden it was team announces they're not trading Zion.
Yeah, that would take the biggest balls ever to trade Zion. I don't think it would. It's just never happening.
It'd take fear, or really just the owner saying, "I don't want this dude on the team."
Yeah, that's what I feel like. That's what it would take. It would take the owner saying, "I really don't want him on the team," and it's
no matter what. The Zion boosts your net worth anyway. He's bringing money to the franchise just by being there, no matter what.
Not if he ain't playing. Yeah, not about sitting on the bench.
Them jerseys still selling.
That's true.
Are they?
The jerseys are still selling. The jerseys still selling.
Because they keep saying he's about to come back and he don't come back. The people getting robbed. They're going to stop selling. If every time he hurt, they're like, oh, any day now he'll be back.
People going to get excited again, dog. Right now is the off season.
This podcast a year ago, I was on here saying, I don't want to believe in Zion. And here you were. Come on, dog. Our team is going to be good. We got Zion. And now you all the way off the ship?
No, not gonna be good. They was good.
We were good. What's that
again?
We was good. We was number one in the West. And then he disappeared for the last 5 months of the season.
And he kept saying, any day now, I'll be back.
Yeah.
And I listened to NBA radio, on Sirius. And they had an interview with him. back during All-Star Weekend. So that was in February, right?
Mm.
And the dude Frank Isola, he be on PTI and stuff sometimes on ESPN. He asked Zion straight up, was like, "So we're gonna see you again this year?" He was like, "Me? Of course I'm gonna be back." And they be playing it all the time. Every time they talk about him, the dude never came back.
That's the
Like,
thing. I
don't
don't
really feel
know.
like Zion. That's why I'm not playing. Like I'm cleared, but like, wait, what? Man,
Yeah.
come on, man. He got to
I
get
don't
his
understand it.
because I see this the story saying like he not connected with the team, stuff
Yeah.
like that. But you connected with 85 women that you paying, but you ain't connected with the team. Come
It might
on,
be the
man.
problem. It might be the
Get cool with
problem.
a teammate, man. Find a friend,
Yeah.
like
You got too many friends.
Yeah.
You might need to lose a couple friends. Lose a
okay.
few.
If you're
That
paying
stuff is
somebody to hang with you,
unforgivable
are they
to
your
me,
friend?
man.
Oh well. I mean, I don't know.
Hey, he told these chicks that he
as soon
loved
as it
them,
went
dog.
left,
He loved them.
and if it goes left, as soon as it goes left, they go right to social media and expose all your stuff. Is that your friend?
Wait. It didn't
He said
go
he loved
left.
them, though.
He announced that he had somebody else pregnant. And he was all
Wait.
up on the.
First of all, Zion did not announce anything. All right, this is what.
Oh, he didn't.
See,
I thought he.
even his
He had
baby
a
mama
gender reveal.
betrayed him, but yeah, she posted the picture with Zion, and after
No,
that, it
his
went
side chick
everywhere.
should have played their position. If you're getting $100,000 a month from a dude, $100K a month,
That's a lot of money.
and he got a baby, what the guy do with me? I'm gonna keep getting that $100K a month. I'm not messing it up.
She would have been cool with it if he just told her. It was the lying that was the problem. She said, "I would
It's a
have held it
line.
down.
Exactly. He's
I
got to be
expected you to cheat, but
honest.
if you would have just, kept it to yourself." But he got
Honesty.
the other girl.
That's
It's
policy.
his fault. It's his fault.
Yeah.
Well, it's
All
clearly
right.
his fault because he can't manage all these tricking that he's doing all day.
Zion got the bag and went crazy.
Yeah.
He ain't spending no money on
man.
trainers, no money on cardio and keeping his body together. But he's spending $100K a month to fly these women wherever city in.
I bet he paid
That's
a
what's
chef like
upsetting.
$10K a month, but he
Oh yeah, if I'm the chef, I'm asking for a
money.
raise right
Oh
away.
yeah, for sure. That's wild.
I know, man. If you like his agent or something, man, or his stylist or something, it's like, yo, I'm not working for you no more until I'm getting the rate that she get.
Oh man.
All right.
Zion and Ja, man, they just messing it up.
That's the future of the league right there. That's the future of the league.
That's the face of the league. That's the face of the league.
I hate these young kids, dog. I'm not
Them
excited for none of
some
these young
Europeans.
players.
That's it. That's all they got.
Yeah. It's them or you want them or the Europeans?
Yeah, because your boy Joker's not even like he's not even giving no kind of fun quotes. He's just like, I want to go back to Serbia, Doug. Go ride my horse.
Man. Throughout the whole playoffs, they'd be like, "You're the first to do." He's like, "Oh, I don't care. I don't care." No emotion, man. Even when they won, he had no emotion. It was like, come on.
They were like, "Are you ready for the parade?" He was like, hopefully not the parade. Hopefully I can go home." But he took that back at the parade. He said, "Oh, I'm so happy. I want more parades." I'm sure someone told him to say that, but
yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
Even when he got his MVP award, remember he was on his farm in Serbia? He was horse racing in Serbia when he got his MVP award last year. That dude do not care. As soon as the season over, he is out of America. He's done.
Yeah.
Hey, good for him, man.
That man getting out of here.
Your city, man. Your country,
the
man.
European, listen, the Europeans, these Joker and Luca, they don't got to do no cardio. They don't got to be in shape. They stay on the court though. I don't know. Zion need to do whatever they do. Go race some horses.
Whatever they do.
Luca like eat a cheeseburger on the court and still be playing. Like I don't know what what's up with these dudes.
All right.
But what about the big news? The big news in the NBA.
Oh yeah, Bradley Beal.
Okay.
Yep. Got traded to the Suns.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even check this. Okay. So who they trade for?
Yeah.
I mean,
Chris Paul and Shamit, I think.
Yeah. Bunch of second round picks. Because Bradley Beal's the highest paid player on the Suns right now, by the way, which is insane.
That is insane. That is really insane.
They just brought in lesser version Devin Booker to get paid more than him. They got to knock off Devin Booker and Devin Booker on the same team, dog. It's just, hey, man, the Suns owner, I understand what he's trying to do, but it's not working. It's not
This don't
I
going
don't
seem like
see
it's
how
right.
those three work together. I mean,
They don't.
who uses the
Yeah,
who gets the ball?
too many shots.
Who gets the ball? Who dribble?
All
I mean,
shots.
like,
Everybody's like, give me the ball so I can shoot it. Shoot.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know, my
They
turn.
got to get up
They just have to
200
trade,
shots a
y'all.
game. 200 shots a game.
Nobody else
The
can
high
shoot. Nobody else on the court can just shoot.
Oh
It's just
no!
us three.
Oh yeah!
There
If
is
you
no
come off
one
the bench and
else.
you try to shoot it, oh man, Kevin Durant gonna walk up and smack you in the face. Like that was my shot.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that's what I'm saying. They sold their whole bench. They have no bench anymore. They have to get rid of DeAndre Ayton, or they're going to be paying their 4 stars like $200 million a year just by themselves. So they have no
They
one
don't
on
want
their
DeAndre
team.
Ayton anyway, man. That dude, I
I
don't know what
know,
his
but
deal is.
they need a point guard. They need pieces. They just got 3 people on their team. It's going to be like, I don't know, man. Who's their point guard? Are Devin Booker and
Whoever's
Bradley
hot that
Beal?
night, because they're gonna walk up and just shoot a three. They're not even gonna, they're not even gonna try to pass it around. It's like, hey, you got it
Yeah.
tonight. You feeling it? All right, that's you, man. Cook. You can cook.
I appreciate them going for it, but I just don't. This isn't the way I would go for it.
And it's weird too. You just watched the team win that had a mixture of players at positions. You know, like role players,
Yeah,
stars that were different. They gonna try to do it
exactly.
the other way. It's like, nah, we want 4 shooting guards.
Yeah.
Like,
But to the same team they just lost to though. They just played the Suns. And the 2 games they won is because Devin Booker shot 80% from the field, went nuclear. Like, what is Bradley Beal gonna do? Is he gonna add to the 80 points I already scored? There's only so many shots that's going up. I don't get
You're
it.
right. That's
He's not.
I mean, are they planning on
I
moving
don't
them
know.
some other way? I heard that they wanted to try to get a third team involved who would take Chris Paul on or something. I don't know.
Yeah, Chris Paul's supposed to be going to the Clippers. The Clippers are really trying to get Chris Paul, but so they're gonna Aaron Gordon was reading is supposed to be the contract that they switch. But Eric Gordon,
Oh,
the
Eric
three-point
Gordon.
shooter
Okay.
specialist. Yeah. It's supposed to be the player that they get back, but I'm like, man, this I don't know. The Clippers
yeah.
and
It
the
don't seem
Suns,
like
they
it's gonna
just been
work.
failing.
It don't
Yeah.
seem like it's gonna work. But
Eric Gordon
Both of
also
those
somebody who
owners,
shoot.
yeah. Both of those
But at
owners are
this
new
point,
owners.
when you
They
got
wanted to make a splash.
KD and Book, I mean, they gotta try. They gotta do something. They gotta try something.
I mean,
I don't
I
know.
don't feel bad for Ballmer, but I do kind of feel bad for Ballmer because like their squad would have been nice if people played.
Yeah. If
It
Kawhi
was
wasn't
set
hurt
up.
all the
The
time.
GM did
Yeah.
his job, but
Yeah,
Kawhi played one
Yeah.
game. It was amazing. I was like,
it
oh
was.
my God,
Yeah,
they about to make
it
their
was.
run, and that was. It was
Yeah.
over.
And then he's
Kawhi,
like,
I never gonna play again,
he had
man.
an
I
ankle
don't.
injury. They said he was coming back, and then he just never showed up for the series again. Yeah, man. I do feel bad for Bomber because he went all out. He got the team, he got the coach, he got everything in place, and then just your 2 biggest stars just constantly selling you out, just not
Yeah.
showing up for you. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's bad. Yeah. Oh man, built him a new stadium, everything. 100% committed to the team. Everything you guys from an owner,
Yeah,
and he
dude be
just
front
get
row
nothing in
cheering
return.
like this, looking goofy as hell. I'm like, dang, man, you really love this
Face
team.
red as hell.
They let you down
Super
every
mad.
time. It's like, dang.
Every time.
I'd be mad if I spent however many billions of dollars and the dude just couldn't play. I'd be like,
Can't
can I
play,
get you
can't play. Don't ask him about playing either,
a
because then his uncle gonna get mad and gonna try to leave.
But then he could go home and Paul George got a whole podcast about like my dude.
Paul George
This team's
podcast
gonna
is a
play.
loser ass podcast. I hate that
Wait,
podcast.
why? Why?
Why?
He
What
be
make it so
talking to
bad?
Every
losers on
basketball player got a podcast now, though. Hold on, every
for
basketball
sure.
player got a podcast.
Everybody got a
For sure,
podcast,
for sure.
man. Even bald people.
Everybody got a podcast, but Paul George just be letting these losers come on his podcast talk about loser stuff. Like, this was actually
Like what?
Pat Bev's podcast. Did y'all see this Karl Anthony Towns quote? He said, "I think when I'm done with the game, I'll be one of the players who changed it." I'll be looked at as a player who changed the game. Karl Anthony Towns. Never done anything in like maybe one playoff series he's played in.
Yeah, he about as delusional as the Suns owner who think they're about to win right now.
Yeah, Cat is just. I hate that dude. I hate him most.
Why?
More than any
Why you
NBA
hate him?
player.
Wait, you still wait, because you was mad at us. But
He was telling us why Paul George podcast is trash. You gotta tell us that first.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he just like lets these losers come in here and talk about loser stuff. Like I
Okay,
just
but
hate.
wait, example of the losers.
Pat Bev.
Cat is a loser. He's been on a podcast.
Okay.
I don't like people talking about the things that they've like Cat in general. Let me just stick to him.
It's
He
just
talks.
Cat.
So you hate Cat.
No, I do hate Cat. I'm gonna go through Paul George's podcast list because he's been saying some weird stuff on there too. But I just saw this Cat quote and that just shocked me this week. I just could not.
Yeah, that was bad. They were talking about that on the NBA too when I was driving around. And they were cracking me up, clowning this fool. Yeah,
I just can't believe somebody would. Yeah, what did he do though? I don't understand what he thinks that he did.
I think the most notable thing in his career right now is he won the 3-point contest.
Yeah, that's his best career achievement. Winning a 3-point contest.
Didn't they make it to the conference finals 1 year?
No, I don't think
okay.
he's ever actually played in a playoff series.
He never played in one? Oh, that's right. He was hurt.
Oh no, last year. No, that's not true. Last year I think they
good.
lost to the Suns. Yeah, they lost to the Suns, and then Ant Edwards was laughing at the Suns losing in Game 7 the next round after that.
Yeah.
Or Game 6. Yeah. But that was his first time making it to the playoffs. He's never led the league in scoring. He's not good. I mean, he's good on paper.
I mean, yeah,
he's a good guy on a bad team, but
guess what? Better than Ben Simmons.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. Better than Ben Simmons. And the Ben Simmons interview I talked about when that happened, that was bad. So look.
Yeah, that's your name. Your name not B-Dog no more. Your name is Ben Simmons. All right, every episode.
Ben Simmons team made it to the playoffs.
Play again.
Ben Simmons team made it to the playoffs.
Where was he at?
He would have been at home during this team at the playoff, but if they would have won a ring, he would have got one. Yes or no?
All right. Well, so you still didn't tell us why the podcast was bad. You just talked about Cat.
Okay, yeah. I'm going through this podcast right now. He had Cat on there talking about some dumb shit. When I was in high school, I played against Team in USA. I don't care about that. He had Triple J, Jaren Jackson Jr., who I really like and I think could be a star, but isn't going to get used that way. Maybe this year, now that Josh hurt. But he had him talk like Paul George asked them loser questions like, who is the player who is better than you? Why was it so hard for you to guard Jokic? And is Jokic 10 times better than you'll ever be? And just stuff like that.
Really? Yeah,
that's a good question.
Like you ask people questions that make them seem normal, but you don't want to hear that from competitors. I feel like I don't want to hear about how Jokic just gave you the work and it's just 10 times better than you. You don't know what to do with them. Like so you still got to play against this dude next year. I don't want to hear that.
Maybe you don't like. Maybe you think about that in your head every time you play. Now, Paul George said he's 10 times better than me.
Yeah.
You think about it every time. Every time Jokic back you down, every time you get an assist on you, you be like, 10 times better than me. Thinking that the whole time.
It just seems like loser shit to me. I don't know. I mean, I'm all for players being open, but if I got to see this dude next year and play against him, I'm not gonna say, oh, he's better than me and he's so dominant. I don't know what to do against him. Like I'm not gonna say that, dog.
He admitted that all out.
Yeah, this headline says Jokic dominated you or something.
Okay, but you can't just judge a podcast based on the headlines. That's also not fair. My thing is with the podcast, with all the basketball players, is that they are only dependent on the guests. A lot of podcasts just dependent on the guests and not dependent on the players themselves. Like I listen to the JJ Redick podcast, but they'll do podcasts without a guest if they do and I enjoy that. Or they who else, Draymond will come on his podcast just be himself, talk, just be by himself. To me, You're interested if you are interested, not just if you have an interested guest and you ask them some questions. That's my issue. Everybody, that does a podcast
But
just asks people questions.
even in the way that Draymond does his podcast, he does them after the game. Okay, yes, he gave us 30, but we did this, and that to try to. He didn't say. I mean, he says, of course he's going to get his 30, which everyone knows. If you're a great player, you get 30. There's nothing we can do to stop you. But he's not like we were just in awe. Like, what are we going to do with him? He was so amazing watching him. Like, it's not that. These dudes are fanboying over the people that have to play against next year. I don't like that. I don't want to hear that.
I agree. I don't like that either.
No, yeah.
Like, nigga, wait till they retire or you retire or they're old.
20 years from now, you can say that. Not right now. Right.
Yeah, not right now. Not right now at all.
Okay.
Like, I don't mind the DeRozan talking about losing to LeBron in the Eastern Conference Finals 10 years in a row, whatever, because that part is past. You're not playing him. Like, you're not going to match up unless you play in the finals, but even LeBron's not the same player that he was. So I don't mind that. But if you're talking about players that you currently are facing, Memphis is supposed to be one of the top teams, and you're over here talking about how Jokic does this, and that. I don't want to hear that, dog. Not for my team.
Yeah, that's like JJ always asks people, "What's your welcome to the NBA moment?" And it's again, it's in the past. It's not like
I love those stories.
Yeah, those are always great stories.
Past. Yeah, I'm a rookie.
Right.
Yeah,
yeah. Somebody dunked on me or something like that. It's not this person.
Yeah.
And, So I get what you're saying. You want to hear your competitors think that they're the best. But you mad at Cat for thinking he's the best. You mad at Cat for thinking he's the best, though.
But you gotta be realistic, dog. You gotta be realistic. Don't tell me you changed the game, Cat. You didn't. Right. No one respects you. No one.
Talking about, man?
They went and traded 5 first-round picks, gave Rudy Gobert all of this money to be a center, which you are a center already, Cat, because you can't play defense. That's bad. Like,
that's not. Hey, that's changing the game. That's changing the game right there.
Yeah. Oh, that is changing the game.
Don't play the game. They don't play defense no more.
3-point line.
Yeah.
That's he's gonna be remembered as one of the people who changed that. No defense.
I hate Cat, dog. I ain't never hated a player more than Cat. I can't stand that dude.
He's the player you hate the most.
Yeah, I don't know.
He's one of my most hated players.
You hate the dude that let you down the most, Ben Simmons.
Yeah.
Nah. Oh man.
All right.
Let's
move on, man.
Ben Simmons did hurt my heart. Shout out to Ben, dog. You could have been special.
I know.
You could have been special, dog.
Could have been. Dang. All right.
He was special for like 2 years.
Yeah. Let's move on, man. Last thing we want to talk about that Spider-Man. What y'all thought of that Spider-Man movie, man? Spider-Man 2.
I didn't like it.
Across the universe. You didn't like it?
No, a lot of people loved it, but I didn't like it that much, dog. I hate backstories in people's lives. Like, I don't care about Gwen's life. I don't care about her dad. Oh, spoiler alert, spoiler alert, spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, I don't care about her dad.
If you made it this far, nobody's still watching, but if you made it this far.
Yeah. The scene, like, the movie, they expected Miles not to save his dad, which is weird. Like, I'm never not saving my dad. Like, that's why they didn't want him to find out, granted. But he did.
And they expected they were just going to stop him. They fully expected that they were going to put him in they put him in the cage thing. He just shocked his way out.
I had two main issues with the movie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
How the hell 85 million Spider-Men chasing him and he's better than all of them when they all are? A bunch of them had cool powers and tech suits and
yeah.
And the other thing is,
a lot of them were lame. A lot of them were lame though. They were mostly,
but there was millions of them.
But even the baseline of them has regular Peter Parker powers.
Yeah,
but that don't mean they got Peter Parker skills.
You're right. But then a bunch of the other ones had futuristic techno.
At least the top 5,
and they couldn't even grab him. They couldn't even
Spider-Man has always been more about skills than power. And
anyways, he didn't. I didn't see a display of skills that made him way better. But anyways, he was running around the city 100%. That they knew, but he didn't know. And
exactly.
Anyway,
what you mean? He did a ton of things that were skillful. Hold on, he went through the gears like that straight through.
All the Spider-Men do that.
No, this other Spider-Man got hit. They didn't do that. That's what I'm
But
saying.
that's why I don't understand. I'm like, how are all these Spider-Man trash when Pete would have did it?
Because one great Spider-Man don't mean that all Spider-Men are great.
But
All
even the
versions.
leader
They all
Spider-Man isn't
bleed.
great. Is the leader Spider-Man not great? Is what I don't understand. Like,
Oh, the 2099 Spider-Man? Yeah, he got beat like a chump.
yeah, that's
They
what
made
I'm
him look
saying.
like a chump.
Dude, yeah, he had just classic what do you call it, roid rage like the whole time. Yeah. Juicing too much.
He had a good
He
reason
couldn't
though. He
control.
had a good reason.
But the main thing was I didn't know going into the movie that it was not gonna be complete. And I was kind of annoyed when the movie ended and it was like to be continued. I was like, to be continued? I've been sitting 2 hours
Yeah,
in the damn movie. I
exactly.
thought it was time for a fight.
Wait, you didn't think that when you watched Infinity War, did you?
I knew that wasn't gonna be it. So I guess that's the difference.
Oh,
Plus,
okay.
the bad guys lost, which made that great. I mean, the good guys lost.
Yeah,
So you get
exactly.
that good Return of the what you call them? Empire Strikes Back ending, where it's like, oh, y'all lost,
right,
and then the movie ends.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like maybe
that
y'all
was
be able to
great.
come back. This one, it was just like all the good guys was ready to fight, and then they were like, "And we'll see you next time when there's a fight." I'm like, "Wait, come on!"
That's why I don't understand why people thought it was great. I don't get
So
that.
I was upset about that, but I mean, but I thought the movie was cool. I really liked the animation of it, like when they had the different
Yeah, me
characters,
too.
they all animated different. Like
Hmm.
when the Spider Punk showed up, and it like looked completely
Mm,
different when he talks and when he does stuff,
yeah.
and then different people was
yeah,
there. So I liked all that aspect of it.
So to me, to fix that, to me, they just should have ended it right when he realizes he's in the wrong universe. If you want to, then you have that, lost type feeling. Instead of instead of doing the extra stuff with him getting captured and all the other stuff, that to me, they ended it in the wrong place. They just ended it right because that moment to me was great. That is great, like directed really well. Gwen is outside the window. You think she's listening to the conversation, and then it's like, and then he realizes, oh, wrong universe, and that should have been the moment that boom, credits roll. Instead of doing the extra like 15 minutes they had on that. That to me, that's the problem. You know, but yeah, I
yep.
thought overall though the movie's great. Like you said, I love. To me, you could do with animation, you could do what you just can't do in a live action. And I think
Not on a budget that's anywhere near gonna make you any money.
Yeah,
right. And just these two animated Spider-Man movies are the most true to the characters and to to the source material, and that's what I love about it. I mean, even you see all these other different Spider-Men, even when they kept passing Ben or whatever, and he's just like mopey. It's like funny. All that stuff is funny. Like I loved all of those aspects of it the whole time, and then seeing all these different Spider-Man. Even when they go to the what was the Indian? I don't remember his name, but like him using the I don't, like it was like a yo-yo.
alien weapons.
Yeah, and all these things were very cool. Everybody had their own unique
Anytime it's
thing.
time to show the spider powers, it's much more effective in that animation because you would
Right.
have to basically animate it the same way in live action anyway.
Right.
But it has to be
Yeah.
detailed in a certain way. So art direction takes you far. So with that type of stuff in the movie, it was good, man. My kids really loved it. So I really liked all those aspects that you talked about.
Yeah. So would you say
Animation's great.
better or worse than the first one?
Worse,
Worse.
easily to me.
No ending, dog.
Easily to me.
I gotta see an ending before I can judge it.
Okay, but like you just said, Empire Strikes Back doesn't have an ending. It's the best.
It does have an ending. To lose his hand. He cries. They fly away.
My thing
But it's
is,
not a. Go ahead.
you're expecting a big fight at the end. Like I'm expecting, like, oh, it's about to go down, but it never went down.
Empire has a
It
much better
did. Wait, the
ending.
fight was him running, getting out of the universe, or getting
Even
out.
Infinity War ends with a better ending, man. Because they take that
Yeah.
L and they all disappear, and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
okay. And then that's
How they gonna
end.
get
You're
out of
like,
this? Yeah.
oh, y'all lost, like bad. So that's how you end the midway movie. To me,
Yeah.
if you're gonna do
Mhm.
that type of in midway movie, it's got to be like a good guy L, a hard good guy L. Like your hand got cut off,
Yeah.
and you found out your daddy is your enemy.
Yeah.
That's a gut punch. See
If
you
it
in a
would have
year.
ended with like Miles' dad dying and then ended right there, that's a good ending.
The
Even
No,
though
whole
if
I
it would
guess
have
that's
ended
not
like
gonna
you
happen.
said, where he was in the wrong universe and he
yeah.
finds out, and then the movie ended, that would have been a gut punch to the audience, and that would have ended it better, I thought. So
Yeah.
that was, but my issue was really, like I said, the ending really just kind of made me feel like it's not complete, and you
Yeah.
really just wanted to give me two movies, or you just wanted to make that, it's not really a whole movie. I got half a movie to me.
Yeah, to me, and
Basically,
that seems
yeah.
like such a easy and like a just such a silly mistake to make. Because to me, I think I think the movie's great. I think the movie's amazing. But yeah, to me, that seems like something you catch in editing in like pre-screening type of thing. Like, oh, let's cut this last 10 minutes off and put it in the next movie. Like, why? Like, how does no one say, oh, it feels like, you know what I mean? Like when you watch it, like
Maybe I'm the only one, man. You know what I'm saying? That's why you come to the
I don't
Haters
think you're
Ball.
the
You know what
only
I'm
one
saying? This is
though.
why people come to us. They want the perspective that is correct and true, not what everybody else is telling you.
Right. Yeah. They should. Yeah. Yeah. Next time, whoever's doing Sony, hit us up. Next time you're gonna release one of these movies, we'll help you out. Because
I didn't see
yeah.
not one bald Spider-Man variant. So I'm offended.
Oh,
What
that's
representation
true.
matters. Okay. So,
Facts.
I will be suing. I don't know if y'all saw, I'm adding a color to the LGBTQIA plus flag. This is gonna be a smooth brown part, and that's the bald, that's for the balds. And we representation matters, Doug.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
That's true. That's true. I don't know why there's not a single. I mean, I guess there's no old Spider-Man. I guess. Yeah. Well, the
Also,
one
representation, man.
Peter,
Now they
the
ages
one Peter
and
who's is
balding.
the that's the
I'm
dad.
fine with the
He's the
ages
old
thing.
one, right? He's the fat old one. That is the representation.
This
He hasn't
old
lost
one,
his
he's
hair
like
yet.
35. You know what I'm
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the thing. Spider-Man die young. That's all. That's what it is. Spider-Man die young.
Is that true? They had like a gajillion Spider-Man. Did any of them die?
Well, they yeah, they will in the future. That's how it
Okay,
works.
okay. In the future.
The
In the future. Okay.
yeah, you know.
All right, that makes sense.
So all right, guys. Yeah. So we'll catch y'all next time. Remember to like and subscribe.
Peace.
Peace.
Like and subscribe. Peace.